would just come up and tackle and order the police to beat up women and teenagers and people and just arrest them for riding their bikes. In fact, people won't believe us. Just Google critical mass beat up. Shows cops just T-boning, tackling people, slamming heads in concrete, blood all over the place. All CIA run because they were scared. They're like, my God, people are getting together and riding bikes. Beat the hell out of them right now. Because, again, they engineer fake revolutions, and they know a real one when they see it. So how are they going to demonize that? They're going to stage terror attacks. They're going to say militias did it. They're going to create fake militia groups. They're going to provocateur and go find unstable people to carry out terror or carry out shootings. They are going to radicalize, and we're going to go over that evidence coming up. But let's go back to the video where he's saying people are on the terror watch list because they're supporters of terrorists. And they're now saying if you are anti-war in any way, you're not going to fly, you're not going to own a gun. No fly, no buy. That's the new bill. The Attorney General says he doesn't care if it doesn't pass. Eric Holder is just going to say you can't own guns. And suddenly, people I talk to, veterans, people with no criminal record, retired cops can't get guns. And they go, sorry, can't tell you why you're on the list. No judge, no jury, total tyranny, overnight. Here's the video.
So how does our officer handle the news? The way you should. Watch.
Capital of the Stafford County Sheriff's Office. Is this a terrorist screening center? Yeah, I just made a traffic stop and the driver's name gave a Category 3 hit through NCIC. I was advised to call you.
And that's the name of that song. Call TSC. The screeners there can help you know for sure if the guy you stopped is really the guy on the list. And even if he's an exact match, he may not be a terrorist. Some of the people we're interested in are associates or supporters, under investigation because they're affiliated with terrorism. Since this is a Category 3 hit, the officer should collect information on both these people, but not let them know that law enforcement is interested in them for terrorism.
So where are you coming from?
Our home.
Is that your wife?
Girlfriend.
Ma'am, could I see some ID, please? Thank you.
Next step, run the passenger's name.
Go ahead, 217.
Name check on Kovac, Kilo Oscar Victor, Alpha Charlie Kilo, Karen, common spelling, DOB 1983-0409.
With Category 3 or 4 hits, you won't make any arrests that you wouldn't have otherwise.
217, no wants, no warrants.
217, 10-4.
Since the results for the passenger were negative, the officer finishes his normal business for the traffic stop.
Your signature's not an admission of guilt. It just certifies that your mailing address is correct. All the other instructions are on the form.
Of course, he's going to keep his eyes open for anything interesting or unusual in the car. That would include cameras, binoculars, video equipment, GPS, maybe things like sleeping bags that suggest...
All right, let's stop right there. Remember all the articles where it said a road almanac's a sign of terror? The Texas report put out by the feds write it, the state puts it out, said wearing blue jeans, having a cell phone. In New York, it was a woman with a baby in a baby carriage. A man is a priest. The message is everyone's a terrorist. All this done in the name of fighting 19 guys directed from a cave in Afghanistan. Now they admit, no, Northcom and Homeland Security is for the American people. Their own reports. See, overnight, it's you're the terrorist. And they're saying sleeping bags, binoculars, anybody on a road trip. And see, then they say that's now a probable cause to search your car. I mean, this is all just training you to be a slave. And then teaching these cops that these are all excuses to go after you. And then, of course, in the video, then later, the people that have suspicious stuff are guilty. So it also creates the false perception that people are guilty. Let's continue with the brainwashing.
With the stop concluded and the suspects on their way, the officer will talk to the terrorist screening center once again. This time, he'll give them all the info we gathered on the car and the 2 people. And TSC may connect them with CT Watch as well. And with that, he's done. Now let's take a look at another call where you might meet someone on the list. The suspicious person call. See way down there? there's a woman taking photos of the dam. Someone called 911 and reported a suspicious person. Our officer took the call and is just arriving on the scene.
(217).
217.
I'm at the Smith Lake Dam. I have a white female in her 20s taking photos near the spillway.
10-4, 217.
All of you know how to interview someone, so let's fast forward. We'll pick it up after he's heard her story and gotten her ID.
Lima Alpha November, Alpha Tango Alpha. First name Maria. Middle initial A. DOB 1977 0713. 1977 0713.
As you guessed, she's going to be a Category 3 hit. And since it's very important that we don't let her know that we know, both the dispatcher and the officer need to make sure she doesn't hear the radio traffic.
217, is your radio secure?
Stand by. If I could ask you to wait right here, please.
Sure.
What our young lady won't be able to hear is the dispatcher telling the officer that she may be associated with terrorism and that he should get information to make a positive match. Dispatch is also giving him the number to call for the terrorist screening center.
Where'd you say you were taking those photo classes?
At Stafford Community College.
Did you get anybody's permission to shoot here?
I didn't think I'd need anyone's permission just to take a couple of photographs.
Please wait right here and don't take any more photographs.
All right, hit pause for a minute.
Now the officer.
We notice how he keeps his eye on her and backs away like she's a 800-foot cobra dripping acid out of its fangs. So all of this goes on, and that's why anywhere you are in the country, cops come over while you're taking pictures of your kids and say, don't take photos. It's about henpecking us, letting us know we're slaves, while they put cameras on us, surveil everything we're doing, micromanage our lives. Again, this is about turning the military-industrial complex loose on us, teaching the police and military we are the enemy. Because their business is war. Their business is control. No more free market, no more car manufacturing, no more semiconductor manufacturing. The tuition that's being paid for, the grants people are getting, the scholarships, it's all about spying and data mining. And when you rent a car, buy food, everything's being looked at, everything's being tracked. It's disgusting. It's a giant panopticon prison grid. Back to the federal brainwashing video. Because, of course, it turns out she's a terrorist.
Call TSC on his cell phone and talk to one of the screeners there who will determine if this woman is really the one we're interested in or just someone else with the same name.